Evel KNIEVEL Museum. Had some technical difficulties here, I apologize. This is the entrance to the museum. Didn't take me too long to figure out the audio issue, and I got it corrected up here, as you'll see. But I wanted to save this little saying, you know. A man falls many times in his life, but he's never a failure until he refuses to get back. Well, unfortunately, I got audio back. However, there was copyrighted music playing in the background. I'm pretty sure it was copyrighted. This is the theme for ABC's Wide World of Sports. It was playing a lot in the background, non-stop. So, yeah. I didn't want to get gigged by YouTube on it. They will do that. So, I did not use the audio from this, and I apologize. This wall is just plastered with news clippings from all his jumps and all the articles, and I created Evel KNIEVEL, and then he sort of got away from me. I love that scene. Hope you enjoy it too. Oh, it was the museum was a lot different than I thought it was going to be, and you can see it's a lot of stuff to see. This transporter is 63 feet long, which required him to get a permit in pretty much every state he went into, because it was over length, so oversized, basically overdimensional, and required a permit. And there's stories about him running scales and not getting permits and some other stuff going on, so you can look those up in the history, but pretty interesting. Beautiful tuck and roll job they did on the inside with the interior. They restored this. The cab looked like Swiss cheese from the pictures on the wall. The restoration job they did is just incredible. But definitely a piece of history, because this was at every event he was at after a certain year. So pretty interesting rig, especially for me. I'm being a truck driver, seeing this, and quite the little condo on wheels here he had for the day, you know. You can tell the dark wood and stuff, vintage 70s. But quite a beautiful rig, though, overall, you gotta admit. I'm surprised it's in the building, 63 feet long. It takes up quite a bit of space, so. This building is also home to Harley-Davidson dealership, so it takes up about a third of the space. So 2/3 of the space of this building is the museum. So there's the year before and after pics. The back trailer held his motorcycles and all the ramps for his jumps. The heavy ramps he used. You can see them in there. Had the spots for the motorcycles. Explanation of if you want to pause here. They got some of the signs from different events in the inside of the trailer there too. And I didn't realize there was a movie called Viva Knievel, or Viva Evel Knievel. Viva Knievel is what it's called. How's that for a motorcycle? Three-seater. I don't know if I've been riding with Evel KNIEVEL. I don't know how you feel about that, but I don't think I've felt comfortable riding with him. And air horns in the back there. Thought that was a nice touch. License plate. Get you a picture of that roof here. It's quite interesting. The vinyl with the metal flake vinyl is kind of it's so 70s. I remember banana seat bicycle I had with that kind of metal flake green seat on it, if I remember right. All those different sponsors: Mac, Harley Davidson, Chuckles Candy. Remember Chuckles Candy? I don't even know if they even sell it anymore. Wonder if they sell it in the theaters. If anyone's seen Chuckles Candy, let me know in the comments. There's all the specs there if you want to pause that and look at that. I thought it was kind of neat that Kenworth did a, I believe that's a Mac did a, I'm sorry. Mac did a rig up for a to haul it. It was kind of neat. See, it's on the back there. They got different stuff on there as world record holder stuff, 14 bus jump, and they had different areas up with different ones of his jumps and movies going on. You see that seat in the back was in the rig when it was found. Of course, it was beyond repair. And that sign up there, I think, can't remember if that's a Caesar Palace sign that they used, or hung it near Caesar's Palace for that jump. Goes through all different things, the crew, the trailer. They've got different videos playing on all this stuff along there at the same time. There's some of the stories from the road. I mean, it's real interesting. You can definitely spend some time here. And shows them in the living quarters on the rig. You can imagine the problems he'd have these days too, because you know, if you call it a coach, it can't be for commercial purposes, but it's also hauling his stuff for his business, which is jumping. So I'm sure he got quite a hard time from different states and things, from the scale houses. Those are all his jumps. And the red ones are all the ones he crashed. The ones with the red mark on the right there. ABC Wild World of Sports. All the different costumes. Different jumps he's famous for. There was also, that was one of his little contracts that was done up on a piece of paper. There's also letters from his fans and from kids and stuff that wrote him, which are really kind of neat. I took the time to read them. You know, he's kind of a hero to a lot of kids. You know. Kind of neat to see that. Pretty bike. All the jumps that they go through, they actually show the jump on those little monitors. It's the Kings Island jump. It's mainly the bigger ones, the televised jumps that he's got on here. He doesn't have a lot of the smaller ones that he did. XR 750, the Wembley jump. The Wembley XR, that's the one he crashed at Wembley Stadium. And if you look on the wall, there'll be a diagram of what bones he broke. Pretty flashy bike. I guess you could say I'm a religious man. If you want to know what I did for a jump, I prayed. One at Kansas City. Different jackets and everything he wore. There's more of that to come too. Some of these bikes are reproductions, some of them are restored. I like that little bag on the back that says Chuckles Candy on it. I'm not sure if that was functional, if that was that parachute that he used in some of them to slow down. That's what I'm thinking it is. It's got something attached to it, and I couldn't figure out what it was. I should have dug into it a little bit deeper. I think that might have been, if he did crash or something, I deployed that, whatever that was. You know, he's known for his crashes, but compared to the times he jumped, he really didn't crash that much, to be honest with you. Some pretty cool bikes. One's from Pocono Speedway. You can see those little black signs below. It shows what bones he broke on. It was kind of interesting to see those. The Cow Palace and Hell's Angel gang beaten by crowd. You gotta look up that story. It's pretty interesting. I was talking about those signs that illustrated his injuries. The Triumph is a sweet bike there. I like that. Kind of a fan. Caesar's Palace, the fountain. That didn't end real well. There's an illustration of the bones he broke. That's one crash you see played over and over and over again. That was one of the most spectacular crashes. Later on in this video, I'll show you pictures of the video of the helmet that he was wearing. It's in there. And the one from Wembley Stadium, he got another section of the app too. Riding wheelies. I used to get in a lot of trouble for that back in Butte, Montana. He spent some time in the local jail too. He had a pretty bad reputation back in those days. CL305 Scrambler. Snake River Canyon Jump, 1974. The bicycles. Kind of true. He was kind of idolized back in the day when I was growing up. So the bicycle jumping. I did some jumps like that too. And I did have a banana seat bike. That would have been me right there. Go upstairs here. The next part of the museum. It's a pretty good sized museum for what it is. I mean, I enjoyed it. The original signs. And you can actually still get there to the Snake River jump site. That's the dirt mound is still there. Well, his apparel. Some of the stuff that he wore is pretty wild. His golfing costume there, the bib overalls with the ducks on it, I think it is. Or chickens or whatever they are. Pretty crazy. He was quite the showman. He was very good at self-promotion. The king of it. And boxing gloves that were signed by Muhammad Ali gave to him. I believe that top one is the Wembley Stadium helmet, and the one on the other side will be the Caesar Palace helmet he was wearing. There's his walking stick, or cane. Some of his jewelry that he wore. How mashed up that helmet is. I believe the lower one here is the Caesar Palace one. You can see it took a pretty good shot there and saved his life. I mean, there's a, you can't really see on the top there, that flat spot where he hit there, and it definitely damaged the helmet. Saved his melon there though. Go over here and the IndyCar. Kind of cool to see that. Some of the other vehicles he had, boats and cars and you name it, custom stuff. And of course the Cadillac pickup conversion he had done. Cool ride. There's a story about him, the guy that actually bought it after he'd had it and restored it or whatever. He came later on, years later, to check it out, found out this guy had it and took it for a spin, and it was gone in like an hour, and the guy was pretty nervous that he wasn't going to come back with it or what kind of shape it would be in when he got it back. So, kind of interesting. Red leather interior. Of course, you saw that arcade there. That's Robbie Knievel. Now you get to the bones he's broken and the different pins and stuff that was holding them together. Concussions. All the medical stuff, casts and pill bottles and everything. Yeah. Pictures from him in the hospital and posed. This little skeleton's got little stickers on it too. That's got there was a legend there that said the certain color was replaced or broken or different stuff. You can see he broke most of his ribs and face and hip, and I mean, to be able to walk after all those broken bones, just amazing. Definitely was a tough guy, tough old bird there. All the promo shots and stuff, pretty cool. Now the licensed merchandise, this is kind of cool too. The trike and helmets and bicycles. That bicycle there, I seen a kid that had one of those when I was growing up. Jackets, you name it, toys, comic books, puzzles, you name it. He had the pinball machine. That Excite Cycle. Yeah, a lot of this merchandise I've never seen before, but seen that Excite Cycle and I saw that transporter up there. Remember those, but this is kind of like a 4D interactive area. This kind of shows you the suspension on his bike. And there was a guitar there too. I'm not sure what that was all about. I've forgotten, but talks about the motor, his stuff, his helmets, his gear. The stuff about the suspension was interesting in the suspension travel. He had like 4 inches of fork travel, and it's like 12 to 13 inches today on the modern ones. And the rear suspension was like 3 inches of travel, and it's like 11 to 12 inches today. It's just the stuff the beating he had to take when he landed is just incredible. This right here is like the 4D interactive ride where you wear goggles and stuff and actually do a jump. Virtual reality goggles. Unfortunately, you see it was closed due to Yes. But I may stop back later when it does open up again, eventually. See, there was even pinball machines, Evel KNIEVEL pinball machines. There's 3 of them there, 4 of them there. Olympia beer. My brother-in-law likes that beer. Or he used to like that beer when he was younger. This is one room I was waiting to see. Yep. The Snake River Jump. The X1, X2. Well, it's the X2 rocket cycle. And there it is, in all its glory, what's left of it. The nose was actually broken off of it. And they go over the different stuff, the conspiracy theories, the, you know, he didn't make it, he pulled the chute too soon, all the different stuff, scenarios, but just to see the equipment, you know, pretty neat. There's the checks for, he wrote out for like different stuff and get the stuff done, the drawing of the jump. Pretty interesting. You can see that nose is actually ripped off, it looks like. It was steam powered, so that's what it was powered by, a steam rocket. It was a big deal back in the day. He actually wanted to do it at the Grand Canyon, but they wouldn't allow him to do it in a national park, so he actually did it on reservation land, and the site is still there south of Twin Falls. The mound, the dirt mound there that was built up, that the ramp sat on, is still there. So you can actually go to the original site. I mean, it's on my bucket list to visit it. I'll take you there one day. There's a mock-up of the boiler, or the rocket engine, basically, the boiler jet. This museum is pretty interesting. Like I said, it's in a Harley Davidson dealership, and it's clean, it's well maintained. The people that were working the desk when I came in were very knowledgeable and very welcoming. And I really enjoyed the tour, and I hope you did too. There's the Harley Davidson dealership. Of course, I had to get a t-shirt when I left there too. Well, that was an interesting tour, and I'd recommend it. It was $16, I believe. Well worth it. Did a lot of information, a lot of stuff to see in there. So being able to see the steam rocket bike and his rig that he hauled everything around in was well worth the price of admission. I hope you all enjoyed this, and remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one here. Okay, have a great day. Bye-bye.